Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Hey my tribe, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Alexis. Hey new subscribers, welcome to my tribe. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, y'all. If you are watching my video, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you get notified every time I post. So much going on. I had came back, I started posting, and then all of a sudden I stopped. If you've been paying attention, I had lost subscribers. I was like, oh my gosh, like so much was happening to me, y'all, from literally after me doing the last life update that I did. I also have some good news. I want to celebrate. I want to drink a little bit of wine. Got the double XL cherry kind, and it's 16% alcohol. So I want to give this a try. Shrimp pad thai. This, oh, y'all, some juice is leaking out. But this is a shrimp pad thai. There's onions on the side. This is peanuts. I'm gonna mix it up and then show y'all again what it looks like. And I got some sparkling ice, pineapple. It's been a minute since I've had a drink. I've been wanting to have some wine for the longest, and I'm finally able to get it, y'all. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, I want to share some good news. I have a job. Last time that we left off in the life update video, y'all, I was supposed to work at Amazon. Amazon played the mother F out of me, exclamation point. And how you think life is going for you, and then it just switched another way. So I went to the orientation, was there from like 8, 9 in the morning to like 3:30 p.m. They said you have to pass the test to make it to day 2. You have to at least score a 80%. The whole entire time while we were there, we were on like this iPad thing, answering questions. They have a projector up as well, because they go up with the projector after we read the little stuff on the iPad thing. This is all orientation. I'm answering questions, and this is the test the whole entire time. And at the end of the day, they'll go by if you passed or not, because at the end of each section, it will tell you whether you pass this section or not. Around probably 3 o'clock hits. Okay, that's the end. Now it's time for the test. I'm like, what? You had 3 chances, right? Be over. A majority, more than a little bit, half of us didn't make it for the next day. Scored 76 the first time. I scored lowered the second time because I thought maybe if I switched to, it'll make it go to 80. So then the third time, I said, let me go back to the first questions. The first time when I got a 76, the questions I answered, and then I got back to the ones that I knew I wasn't really sure about, and I'm like, let me see, you know, but I still answered it wrong, and I still don't even know what question that was. I couldn't remember after that, pretty much. And I'm just like, I paid attention so well. I got a 76%, and she was like, yeah, you're gonna have to come back. They're gonna contact you, and you're gonna have to do day 1 all over again. And then secondly, y'all, I had missed the first orientation. I came literally like, I ain't never been late, y'all, but I don't know. But it's a sign. That's why I'm like, it was a sign as to why I didn't make the first orientation. It was because I just wasn't meant to work Amazon delivery. It just wasn't meant. I was excited. You know, I was happy to do something very, very different like that. Maybe like a week and a half later, they called me back. They ended up changing the location of the orientation, because the first orientation was in Hazel Park, which I had originally went to for the interview. And I had to come back to that same location for the first interview that I was late for. I don't make it there on time. I make it there at like 8:20. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, they had already started. People was looking at me and they like, no, she got to reschedule. So now mind you, a week and a half later, they contact me to come to the orientation. This time it's in Sterling Heights. Now 30 minutes. Wow, now I gotta travel to an even farther place to only get there to not pass the test. I was crying. I was boohooing in that bathroom. I had left my phone on the charger. Literally the phone that I'm recording on now. I left this phone on the charger in there because I was so upset. My mind was all over the place, so I had to walk back all the way in the building, get my phone, and make it back out the car, make it back home, and still forget my jacket. And I'm just like, it just is what it is. Almost made it to 3 weeks. I didn't hear from nobody. I ended up, you know, start applying to jobs a little bit. Send me an email of my check stubs from that day because it was paid training. I didn't even make enough that day from them hours to have a check. A check from that day on orientation. I just only made enough to literally pay taxes. So I'm like, I literally went here to this training, this orientation to pay, this paid training day one to pay taxes. So yeah, that pissed me off. Get the job. Next thing you know, I get into it with my uncle because he ate my food. You know, it's not about somebody eating my food, it's the principal. And it just felt so disrespectful. So I had left, went to my mom's house for a few days. I stirred it up and I heated it up. Heated it up a little bit more, it got cold. It looks so good, y'all. This video don't do it no justice, I'm sorry. Onions in here, scrambled eggs, peanuts. Make a long story short, I had to leave because I didn't have a job. I didn't have income to pay him rent. Because when I made it back to the house, he wanted to have a conversation and talk to me about paying rent. Which I get it, not mad at that. But it just made it worse because I already didn't get that Amazon job. And I went back to smoking. I was literally like, I made it to 30 days clean, went to Amazon, you know what I'm saying, when I went there to the interview. But Amazon don't drug test and I totally forgot that. So the day that I got that job, I went and smoked. Because I'm not really a drinker, that's not my thing. I'm a smoker. And I'm like, but now I didn't even get this job and now I gotta look for another job. And now I'm like, I'm gonna have to find a job that's not gonna drug test me. But at the same time, now I gotta move. Because I gotta pay this man in like 2 weeks and a half. So I'm applying jobs like crazy. Nothing going through. I mean, nothing. Nobody calling. I applied at Walmart, Target, even direct care jobs. Reaching out to people. People reaching out to me. And then my cousin, she called me. Like, oh, my hairstylist, she need help. She need a shampoo, girl. And then you might, you know, then I'm talking to the girl that got the hair salon. Then she like, yeah, I need a shampoo, girl. And then I need somebody to rap. Like, y'all know all the girls that get pixie cuts and them real short hairstyles. They be putting mousse on their hair and then they wrap it with like some type of tissue. It's not like toilet tissue, but it's thinner than that, you know, and they're going underneath the dryer. She wanted me to do that too. And I went to cosmetology school. I went to L'Esprit Academy in Livonia. I think that's on Merriman Road. Not even a year after high school. Literally the next upcoming seasons for everybody to go back to school after graduating, I went to cosmetology school. I'm talking to her. Wanted me to come and meet her and get to do introduced to her shop. And, you know, she wanted me to housekeep at first. Go to her shop, meet her. And I go inside her shop, right? Nobody was there at first. It was just me and her mom. But she was finna rent out my cousin's house. My cousin, same cousin that reached out to me, the same cousin that's her client. She was renting her house out and she was gonna rent out to her hairstylist. And I was there helping my cousin move that day. So she came over to see the house to possibly rent it out. And she had a guy with her. And now mind you, I'm married. I'm not paying attention to no guy. But when I see a familiar face, I see a familiar face. But I'm not staring or nothing, but I'm like, I know him. I'm not making it obvious at all. I'm very low key. I was very low key. And I'm like, that guy looked very familiar. Hanging out with my cousin and her cousin, my cousin baby daddy and stuff. We had all went out like on a double date kind of thing. It wasn't nothing serious because we wasn't on no date. I didn't even know him but that day, you know, but it was just like, oh, let me find somebody for my cousin type of thing. At the hair salon with her. And she telling me about her boyfriend, that guy. Some about how they've been broken up for like 2 weeks. He normally is the shampoo person for her. She been a nervous wreck because people been coming in trying to get shampoos and stuff like that, and there's not enough arms, there's not enough this, there's not enough that. Then when I get there, she only got one sink, and that's why she wanted me to come and clean. She wanted me to clean the windows and all type of stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay. And like, I'm giving her a price. First I had said maybe like 180 or something like that. She like, ooh, that's too high. I'm in the shop, ooh, that's too high. Then I'm like 160. Ooh, that's still too high. But she wanted me to sweep her whole area where all the stuff I out in the front. She wanted me to sweep the whole area. That was not a small area, and she didn't have no vacuum, so she wanted me to do it with a broom. So you know, you sweep a carpet with a broom, that's extra power, extra push, extra struggle, extra strenuous on my body, you know. And it's a big section. That's a pretty big section that she wanted me to sweep. Then she wanted me to sweep the back because she had a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. She had like a couple racks that she wanted me to basically just get all the stuff on the floor. Just, she said, get around it, like sweep around that. You know, she was gonna get that area up, but she was like, just sweep around that. And that area was half of the area that was in the front, but it was still like a decent size, you know. And I had to sweep that up as well. So then she wanted me to take out the trash. She wanted me to clean the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? She wanted me to clean up, make it look a little bit more decent, clean up around her nail tech area. But then I'm just like, well, I said 180, then 160. She still like, it's too much. Then I'm like 100. You know what I'm saying? I think I said like 100. It just was still too much for her. And like, she was telling me how she normally would have her boyfriend, her mom, basically her family up in there helping her, because her sister braid up in there too. Her sister braid for her sew-ins. So she'd be having her family cleaning up, but it's been a while because she's like, there's been a lot going on. Basically, I'm thinking she basically giving her family like crackhead prices to clean. I don't do crackhead prices. I'm a jack of all trades. I do everything. Babysitting. I have an actual history of cleaning, housekeeping, hospitals, housekeeping, hotels. You know what I'm saying? Housekeeping. When I did direct care as well, I have a very good cleaning experience, more than 8 years of cleaning experience. And I'm not gonna charge you an arm and a leg because I am one person, but at the same time, I was like, damn, $100 even? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, this at least is gonna take me like 5 to 6 hours to do, just by myself. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even just 5 at the most. So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, $100 at the least was enough. Should have been okay, but it was just too much for her. So then she got off the subject really fast and just start talking about hair and what I want to do. And I ended up telling her I want to really be a loctician, because that is what I really want to do too. I want to take a couple classes or take a class and be a loctician and start building up my clientele, because every room I go in, I see people with locks. I know how to do locks. I did my brother locks a few times, you know. I was even finna start a lock page on Instagram, but then I got it down, you know, because I just, you know, life takes turns. Life takes so many turns, you know. But I knew like eventually at some point I was like, oh, I think I might want to be a loctician. Start looking into it, looking at how much you make, looking in like if I really would enjoy it, if I really like it. And I really do love locks, of that natural look, you know. Locks is just such a deeper meaning. People don't understand, like, you going against society when you wear locks. You saying F wearing straight hair, having nice hair, being clean cut, being always perfect. You know what I'm saying? You saying F society. I'm gonna be my own person. I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, locks is so deep. You know, if you know, you know, especially if you got locks and you know about it, you know. Locks is a very serious commitment, and it means something to society. You're saying to society, I'm not in society. I do me. I'm gonna do me. You know, I walk my own lane. You know, as a lot of people have a lot of, you know, some people have a stigma against locks, and some people look at it like you're rugged, like you're a jailbird, like you're dirty. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people judge you for having locks. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story. Ooh, y'all see it? It's big. So I ended up leaving, but when I left, she gave me some towels to wash, to be the wash girl. But all her towels were pretty much dirty. It was in a basket, and I took them with me to go wash them at my uncle's house for free. Use my own washing detergent and everything. She was like, "Oh, you gonna need some washing detergent?" I was like, "No, it's cool." Because I'm thinking I'm gonna come back tomorrow, actually make some money, or eventually come back one of these days and make some money. You know what I'm saying? Make it back. Don't worry about the dish detergent, washing detergent. You know what I'm saying? But literally came back the next day, didn't make no money, and when I came back, she wasn't there, but she was like near the area, and when she was gonna get near the area, she was gonna go get some food. End up coming, but she was like, "You can go ahead and go in." Da, da, da. She was like, they in there, the stylist, the nail stylist in there. I don't remember if she said her sisters was in there, but she was like, they in there. I go in there, the nail tech is doing nails. Her sister wasn't out at the moment. I walk in with the basket of towels that I washed. Smell like lavender, lovely lavender. Yeah, and it's the energy, like stank ass energy, And I'm like, God damn, I didn't feel this energy the other day. So I walk in, and of course, I'm gonna be polite. I'm like, hello. Nobody says anything to me, and I know I said it loud enough for the nail tech to hear. Yeah, the nail tech was talking, but she wasn't like so deep in the conversation. There was a quiet moment. So that's why I was able to speak when there was a quiet moment and say hello. But I still got ignored. But I'm like, I ain't gonna make no big deal out of it because we all grown. It is what it is, So I'm literally walk straight past the nail tech. After saying hello, she don't say nothing to me. I'm all right there near her though, but like over on the side, turn the light on, fold up the towels, putting the towels away. The whole time the nail tech never looked back at me to notice that I'm all in back. I could have been just coming in here about to rob y'all, coming in here to steal shit. She not even trying to check me and see like, hey, what? You just walking back there? Who are you? Hello? She didn't even do any of that. She just didn't even care. That showed to me she didn't even care about that shop for real. You know what I'm saying? F her being probably a mean girl, but outside of that, she didn't give a fuck about that shop either, because she didn't even stop once to say like, what is that girl doing back there? She never once looked up to see me standing there folding the towels and putting them away. She didn't even care about the safety of that shop. So I was like, yeah, she really didn't care. Her and a lady, her client, talking about this crazy stuff. I'm like, yeah, they one of them type of city girls, type of girls. I don't relate to those types of girls. So I go back out to my car, go back out to my truck after I get done folding up towels, which took me a little minute because those were quite a few towels. Nice amount of towels. And they were just wash hair towels, so they wasn't like big, they were like the medium size, And so I go back up to my truck because I wanted to get my work bag. I got all my, some of my hair stuff, not everything. I didn't bring everything. I brought some stuff. Then I come back out because I went and got my stuff, got my purse and everything. Come back in and I sit down now in the front in the chair, but it's still in the area of everything where the hair chairs is, the nail tech is over there, you know what I'm saying? She's just down, but we all in the same area, same room. Now the sister is there. Now I'm like, I'm guessing this is a sister. She over to the left. She spoke to me. She like, hello, who are you here for? And it wasn't stanky, but it still wasn't inviting. And I was like, I'm here waiting on, I said her name, I said her sister's name, and she like, oh, okay. So the hairstylist ended up coming. And this time, she walks in with the guy. I'm like, damn, it's been a long ass time since I seen him. Last time I saw him was when I was in my young 20s. I had to be like 22. I had to be like 22. 21 or 22, one of them. Oh, that long ago. Y'all, this is so good. Everything he do, and he ain't trying to say shit. So I'm like, oh, so now they back together. Because she said they broken up. She was telling me about him and everything. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you waited 2 whole weeks to try and seek help because you thought he was going to come back. Like, she was dependent on him. You know, you had a client come in. She ended up introducing me to the nail girl because she was like, did she speak to you or whatever the case may be? And I'm just like, no. I was like, I said, hey, I don't think she heard me. And she was like, oh, this is such and such, this is Alexis, you know. And then the nail tech still wasn't inviting. She still didn't really even care. She was just like, oh, okay. Hey, I'm such and such. To her client, the nail girl talking to her client, she was saying like, yeah, I know I'm shy. I don't talk much. She was like, I just keep to myself. You know, I'm shy too. And I'm very, like, I'm not shy, but I'm a very quiet person too, but I'm not mean. If somebody come in the room that I'm in, working here, you don't even know. I could be wanting to get my nails done by you or get a service done. You didn't even say anything to me. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even say anything. And that, it was just so rude. It was just so like, ugh, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this shot. I don't give a fuck what you doing back there. That's just what she gave. So I was just like, no, that's the difference between being a quiet girl and being a mean person and saying that you quiet. Like, Then she introduced me to her sister. So then her client come in, the girl getting her hair curled. It's her birthday. She's a Scorpio. I'm like, hey, Scorpio. So then we all having a conversation about Scorpio men. And you know, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll never date a Scorpio. She like, yes, the man Scorpio is so different. Talking about a horror story she had with a Scorpio. I'm talking about the horror story I have with Scorpio. And the hairstylist even talking about the horror story she had with Scorpio. I'm like, damn, Scorpio man's a fucking, especially when they low level. I'm like, ooh, girl, they a trip. They a motherfucking trip. So then the hairstylist boyfriend or whatever, he come back with some liquor. The sister too. And then they went to go get some liquor. And I forget what. Tito's. They're like, oh, you want a shot? You want a shot? They tell the girl, it's your birthday. Yeah, you get a shot too. Because it's just weird. You know, I just find it weird. I didn't take that boy serious. Even if we did do something back then. I didn't take that boy serious then. And I'm definitely not going to take him serious now. I don't want him. He looked it like a bum then. Looking back on it, you know, of course, I was blinded to certain stuff. And yes, I messed with a few bums. And he was one of them, you know. And he still looked like one, you know. But it doesn't even matter because I have a husband. I love him. You know, I don't want nobody else but my man. That's it. That's him the rest of my life. So, and she knew I was married. Like, oh, congratulations. Oh, it's so, for me to be saying, like, I know you in front of everybody. I'm not trying to make it a secret. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know. Like, I would never try and make it a secret. So I'm standing in front of everybody like, I know you. Ain't your name such and such? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you remember me? Alexis. I'm saying in this name because it's in connection. And I'm like, my cousin, baby daddy, da da da. You know? And he's like, oh, I remember you. Yeah. Lincoln Park. I'm like, yeah, Lincoln Park. You know? He remembered. But I think he remembered. He just didn't want to say anything. Which I felt like it would have been even weirder if we would have just remained quiet and not say that. And know that we knew each other before this day. You know? That's more of keeping it a secret. And it's like what you got to hide. You know? Because eventually it would have came out some kind of way. Me, I don't like to keep secrets because it's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? Especially in situations like that. You know? And I know how women are. And I know how some can be and some can't. How some can separate work and this is that. And I didn't think she would have a problem with it. And I thought to myself, I said, should I say something about it? Or should I keep it to myself? Because I need to get this money. You know what I'm saying? I need to start making some type of income. I was going to get some product money. Save up the money I get from shampooing. And go get some locks and twist stuff. And come back and do some locks. You know what I'm saying? And do detox. Because I already had apple cider vinegar. I got my EBT card. I can go buy me some apple cider vinegar, some lemon and baking soda and whatever else to detox people locks. I could do that. I was creating me a flyer and everything on the Cabana app while I was there that day. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there at the booth and stuff. And she playing music. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a feel for the shop. Seeing how things are. I made a page on Facebook. I didn't even know that you could make a business page. I made one. And everything. So when I ended up saying it in front of everybody, like, I know you, da da da, she was like, dang. She was like, he be getting around. She was like, he was getting around, huh? She all, you know, like smirking and smiling. And, you know, I didn't think she had a problem with it. But she had a problem with it, y'all. So then she was like, dang, you was getting around like that, you know, smiling and stuff and da da da. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I met him like 22. I was 22 years old, very young. And then that pretty much was it, you know. The rest of the time that I was there, it was fine, you know. I was waiting to see if she was gonna get more clients. She said she was gonna have somebody else coming in, and she wanted to see if they was gonna need a shampoo done. The lady ended up calling, ironically, and she ended up asking if she needed shampoo, and she was like, no. So she looking at me, and she like, no. And I'm like, well, damn, that's my cue to go, you know. I didn't bring no food. I'm about to go, you know. I had already been there for a couple of hours, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here just wasting time. So, and she didn't have any more clients for the rest of the day. So, leave. But really, she told me I'm having some more clients coming up. Didn't work on Mondays, but I think she worked on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays. So she didn't work on Sunday and Mondays. I believe that was how it went. But something to the effect of, it was a few days before the day that she was going to work and have clients. And she was like, I'm going to call you the night before that day to let you know, the whole ordeal. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to go in, make some money for real. Thinking she going to call me and da-da-da. She never calls me, y'all. And she stood me up. And I was like, wow, she really did this because basically, like, she knew me and him probably messed around when I was 22 years old. I was 22. I'm 29 and I'm married. I'm not worried about him. It's okay. You know, it's uncomfortable for you to be in a room now with someone that you know possibly effed your man as well years ago. But that was years ago, you know? But some people have insecurities and stuff like that. It is what it is. But it just wasn't meant to be either. And I even looked up like classes and how much they cost, like $500. I think one was $800 to take one class to show you all the basic stuff. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to do repairs like that. And like, it's just things that I know I would need to know, you know? And so I was very proud of myself for the things I did in that short amount of time. And she was saying how they had a loctician before and that girl was making bank. And then after she left, and she was like, they got into it or whatever. And I'm like, It was like a lot of people was coming almost every damn day, every other day. I need a retwist, I need a detox, I need a retwist, I need a... And I'm like, here I am, you know. And then I start thinking like, wow, I'm really about to make some money now. Doing some retwists and a detox. Starting off with that ain't nothing. I can do that, you know. And I was gonna do like a special thing, you know. Like I did that flyer really nice. So yeah, that girl played me too. She never called me, nothing. I never heard anything. I was like, wow. So I ended up unfollowing her page and everything, and because I pretty much had nowhere else to go, y'all. And I was just like, damn, do I gotta call a shelter? Like, it's crazy, you know. And I just reached out to my auntie, my father's sister. This is an auntie that I don't really know like that, but you know, and she just seemed really cool, you know, and she just seemed like she has a lot of resources, like she know a lot of things. So I called her up. Something told me, just call your auntie, you know, let her know, like ask her, do she know about shelters and stuff like that. And my auntie was just like, oh no, you're not going to no shelter, come here with me. And it was crazy because I already had everything packed up in my room. Like I was ready to move. Like I wanted to manifest me getting my own place. So when you manifesting in your own place, you want to literally pack, like literally wherever you are, wherever your belongings are, pack them up, put them in boxes, put them in bags, because you're finna move, you know what I'm saying? And stay in that mentality. And it was just stressful trying to just figure out all this stuff, because I'm like, where am I gonna go, you know? I ended up filling out for this carporting job, y'all. Immediately got it, didn't even have to drug test. I don't even remember if they background checked me, but they did do the tax thing. And I'm like, is this job legit? Like, I did not even want to be excited. I was telling my husband about it, but he wanted to know more details about it. And I was like, no. I was like, it's a carporting job. That's it. And I was like, I'll tell you more when I got the schedule, when I start. I just did not want to get my hopes up because that Amazon situation crushed me. And I felt like a failure. That's another reason why I was like so devastated and was just crying, because I felt like a failure. Like, because I'm like, I'm supposed to get a job, because me and my husband made a goal list, you know. And number one was to get married, and number two was for me to get a job. And it was just like, oh my gosh, since August, I have been trying to get a job. And now it's October, and my uncle telling me at the end of October, and now my uncle telling me it's in October now, right? And I've been trying to get a job since August, and then now we at the end of October, and my uncle telling me I owe him rent next month, November, on the 15th. So by the end of October, that last week, that second to last week, and then I got November 15th to have a job and have a paycheck and pay him X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, the pressure is on, you know? And I tried my best to apply to jobs, but nobody reached out to me. Target got back to me. Walmart got back to me days later, emailing me both. Sorry, we're not going to go forward with hiring you, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand why it's so hard to get into Walmart, because I've tried to apply to Walmart years ago before, multiple times, and I just never could get into Walmart. Even one of my old cousins that I used to be really close with, she used to work at Walmart, and I've tried to have her help me, you know, pass this, and I still couldn't get into Walmart. Like, I just don't understand what it is. Like, I just don't. I was like, it ain't meant to be, you know. I ain't gonna fight it. It's okay. I love cooking, but I don't like cooking every day because I have a life, and like, I like to start my day at 5 in the morning, and I like to be able to do things and go. At no point in time do I have enough time to stop and cook, because I have to be on the go, you know. And 9 times out of 10, what things I have to do in life every day is me doing stuff out of the house. And then even if it's in the house, I still don't have the time to cook. But I can set aside one whole day and meal prep for the whole entire week. You know what I'm saying? And it's just more convenient because you could just be on the go, you know? And then I'm trying to incorporate working out too, you know what I'm saying, the days that I have off. So it's just like, it'll be better for me to meal prep. That's what I be doing, y'all. I worked this carporting job. I started literally the first week of December. I think I started around the 4th, or that second week after the 4th. That next week after the 4th, I started working this carporting job. So I'm very, very thankful, you know. And it's just crazy because when I got to my auntie house, I moved in by myself, right? I moved in a total of 2 days, you know, me moving everything by myself in my truck. I didn't have a lot of stuff, but I had enough for it to be enough for my body, you know. And I had to split it up in 2 days because I'm like, there is no way I could move all this in one day. I would be burning myself out. And even me splitting up in those 2 days, my body was tired, but I was like, I gotta keep going, you know. And then by that 3rd day, I only had my desk and my mattress left to go back and get, which I just threw my mattress out because I was like, it was time for me to get a new mattress anyway. Auntie house. Then I get there, right? I'm unpacking everything, organizing everything. I'm finally unpack everything, but not organized. So now I got things in boxes and bags, and I don't know what's this and what's that, and I need to set them where I need to access them, where I know that this is over here and over here and over here. You know, everything is just scattered and I can't find anything. But, you know, I decided to meal prep. I'm like, I'm gonna meal prep me some salmon croquettes and make some greens, you know, eat the glory greens in the can. Made them so terrific, you know. And then it was good because I meal prepped that, and I was like, so then like the next day or whatever, you know, then I could go ahead and organize things and find things, because I was just never finding anything. And that had to be like maybe almost the 2nd week of me being there, or not even the 2nd week, probably in that 1st week of me moving there. At the end of the week, eat the food, eat the salmon croquette, y'all. The next day, that next morning, I instantly was burping, and it was burping up rotten eggs. Like, my breath was so engulfed in rotten eggs every time I burped. It was insane. And like, I knew instantly I have food poisoning, because I caught it years ago from chicken not being fully cooked, because people was rushing, the person was rushing who was cooking this. And I understood because they was hungry, but at the same time, you don't want to rush chicken because you can get food poisoning. You can get salmon, whatever it is that is called when you eat raw chicken, you know, because I wanted to say salmonella, but I think salmonella is only for eggs. But I think that that's what I got. Whatever it is, food poisoning that you get from eggs, that's what I got. Because the eggs that I used, they were expired. They were like not even a whole week and a half probably expired. And I didn't realize it, but at the same time I did, because when I cracked them open over the salmon croquette, I got the smell. And it wasn't like an odor, but it was just like, okay. I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, no, it's not the salmon croquette. No, it's not the eggs. I'm just like, okay, maybe it'll be okay, you know. Let me go ahead and cook it. Y'all, I go to the emergency room. Yeah, I got mild food poisoning. It wasn't to the extent because I didn't have diarrhea that much, but I did have it just a little bit. I had just a little bit of diarrhea and a lot of nausea. I was so nauseous, like, oh my gosh, like, whoo. And my stomach, when I noticed when I ate something, like immediately my stomach would feel some way, and I'd be like, oh, please don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. I never threw up. So it was like, you just have a mild case, you know. And I had the sweats too that night. In the middle of the night, I had the sweats because I would be hot one moment, then cold one minute, then hot, and it just kept going all the way until I woke up with the burping egg stuff. And I was like, oh no. So yeah, when I was in the emergency room, they was like, yeah, you got mild food poisoning. And pretty much they had gave me some like antibiotics. They gave me something to take for my nausea and something else, which that helped me feel very well. And then yeah, it calmed down me burping up because it was a sulfur burp. That's what they call them, sulfur burps. So like you can get sulfur burps, and I didn't even know that even when you like coming on your cycle, you can get sulfur burps. It's a lot of reasons that you could get sulfur burps. I was just so confused. I was like, wow, am I getting sulfur burps from actually taking metformin? Because I've been taking metformin for like 8 months now. How I get sulfur burps, but you know I got it because of the food poisoning from the eggs. It was the eggs, and I remember the smell. And they talk about how sulfur smells. And I had to go back home, throw all that salmon croquette out. I was so pissed because I was like, oh, I'm throwing away food. So I had to, you know what I'm saying, cook, you know what I'm saying, something else, which I don't even think I cooked anything else. I think I just started making sandwiches, you know. So then I went to work and was eating sandwiches, and then, you know what I'm saying, so I was like, yeah, I was tired of sandwiches, you know. But I was also buying a lot of like frozen foods, like frozen wings, hot wings and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, I was eating a little bit unhealthy because I was like, I had to throw away my food. I didn't feel like meal prepping. I didn't feel like cooking, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just everything everywhere, you know. I'm just like, I can't sit still. I can't breathe. I'm telling my auntie, like, you haven't noticed that every day I'm getting up and going somewhere. Like, I feel so overly stimulated with life, so overly stimulated with social media. I had deactivated my Facebook. I stopped posting on my Instagram. I wanted to shut my Instagram down, you know, and then I didn't post on YouTube already because of the whole, ever since Amazon thing. Literally ever since the Amazon thing, and after that, I was like, I'm not posting. I have to figure my life out because where am I going to live? I'm about to be on the streets. And you know what I'm saying? So I need to figure that out. Before I sit here and try and record, I need to figure out where I'm going to live, where I'm going to lay my head. I felt so sad. I don't really care for Thanksgiving like that no more, but like this Thanksgiving, I felt very, very alone. And yeah, I feel very, very alone. And even right now with Christmas coming up next week, I don't even feel in the holiday spirit at all. I don't feel in the Christmas spirit at all. Me and my mom and my grandma and my brother making plans, but I don't even know if it's really gonna go because my brother's baby mama is acting funny. I don't know. So I don't even know if my niece and nephew will even be here. And it's just like, what's the purpose of even coming together on Christmas if the kids is not here to open up the presents that we got them? You know what I'm saying? So it's just very, you know, yeah. But I was like, I worked this job. So far, y'all, I've worked this job for 2 weeks. I've been there for 2 weeks now. I got my first check today. So that's why I was able to give me some wine and some pad thai. And I've been waiting to do this, y'all. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I just feel so blessed. And I just want to thank God so much, you know. Like, I'm just going to work this job I see now just for the winter. I'm going to save, and I'm going to give me a better car by my birthday in February. Definitely next month in January, I'm going to pick up a lot more hours because at this job, you're able to pick up a lot more hours. But see, y'all, I ate, and there's still a whole bunch left, so I'm going to eat it later. Like, I haven't worked a job in over 5 years due to my mental illness and me really having to take the time to heal my mentality and my mind. Like 6-7 years ago, I was about to lose my mind and it wasn't gonna come back, you know. And I'm just glad that at that time my grandma, when she saw me, she was like, you got to seek help and I'm gonna take you, you know. And she took me multiple times until I was able to get my own vehicle and go by myself. And You know, therapy for me has really, really helped me, and not just therapy has helped my mental, but God and me loving myself and giving back to myself and pouring into me first, you know, and being selfish, because for the longest I've ever known, I've always been selfless to everybody, giving to everybody, and that can turn you into a people pleaser, and you can develop PTSD like me, and possibly anxiety too, you know, like when you are a people pleaser, when you are an empath and you just give and you never get poured back into, it can scar you mentally in a certain way, you know. A lot of dark night of the soul, a lot of rebirths has helped me. Just a lot of things has helped me within over these 5 years to be able to be at a place where my mental is just 100% intact and I'm completely aware, and like my spirituality is at its all-time highest, and I'm so intuitive and I'm so powerful, and I feel like nothing could ever stop me again, because that was something that stopped me for 5 years, literally. And I can't believe that 5 years went by and I did not have a job. And, you know, looking back on it, it's like I can't say it's just because I was lazy. It's because I really was dealing with mental illness. Like I was fighting every day, especially when the pandemic came. Like I was fighting all of that time, literally, to survive, you know. And yeah. But I'm here. I've arrived. I'm well. I'm aware. I know what I need to do. I have plans. I have goals. You know, 5 years ago, I didn't have all of this. 5 years ago, I was lost. 5 years ago, I wanted to just waste away and disappear and just evaporate. You know what I'm saying? And that don't sound good, you know? And today, 5 years later, I'm not in that space. Today, I'm in love. I'm married to my soulmate. I'm just, you know, nothing is perfect, even in this marriage. But, you know, me and my husband, we get through things. And I love that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, even around my age, 29, like a lot of people be just glorifying toxic relationships and not communicating and hating each other and sleeping with each other, but hate each other, and y'all enemies, you know? And I just never wanted that for myself. I wanted real, true love, and love that even sometimes when it on a good page that we will fight through, you know what I'm saying? We will still fight through, you know, and make it that next day where everything is okay, you know, like that saying, oh, where it's like, you know, we're not going to go to bed mad at each other. We're not going to go the next day like mad at each other. We're going to figure it out. We're going to talk it out. You know what I'm saying? So I just really appreciate that. And I really appreciate, you know, my husband just being a fighter too, and just being a man that is not too hard and too emotionalist and just cold, you know. My honey is warm and I'm able to, you know, feel safe with him, you know. Never in my life, besides my granddad who passed away over a decade ago, have I ever been able to be safe with a man, you know, and be able to let my guard down and just be a kid, you know what I'm saying? Be like that inner child just comes out and I'm safe, you know? I just see so much for myself, you know, and I feel it. I feel like 2025 is going to be my year, you know. I know I'm going to get a great car. I know I'm going to get my own place. And I know that my husband is going to be here, you know. And then we're going to start our own journey of creating generational wealth and just doing a damn thing. I was really, really excited for what the future has for me. It was just stuff along these 5 months where I'm just like, I don't know how, but I'm just like, I can't worry about that. I just have to do, I just have to apply. I just have to show up, and God is going to do the rest. You know, there were some interviews that I went to before I got this job that I'm like, wow, I need to make some gas money. I don't know how I'm going to make some gas money. And then boop, I ended up having the opportunity to work and make some gas money. When you're walking on a journey, sometimes you can't just wonder how you're going to get there. You just have to just go. You know, you just have to just go, and God is going to do the rest. You know, just have faith, even faith the size of a mustard seed, because trust me, when the beginning, when August came, things got rough. And then August, September, October, it got more rough. November, extremely rough. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, why me, God? You know what I'm saying? What is going on? Wait a minute. Like, are you testing me? Are you testing me? Because it was just so many things being thrown my way that was so devilish, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knew that once you get married, that so much temptation, devilish energy just try to trick you, you know what I'm saying? And make you do something to destroy your marriage, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not the type of person that folds. So the devil is never gonna work. And I'm very stubborn, and can't nobody make me do anything I don't want to do. If it ain't right, I'm not doing it. And you know what I'm saying? If you trying to pressure me, then you definitely gonna get told to get the out of my face. You know what I'm saying? And if I gotta fight, I will fight. You know what I'm saying? Not always physically, but if I gotta call the law, I gotta call the law. If I gotta, you know what I'm saying, call my ancestors and be like, hey, I need you to have my back. You know what I'm saying? Because these people keep trying to bully me or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna fight back. Period. I don't play when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? This peace that I have literally fought for really 6-7 years of my healing journey. I fought like hell. Literally, I was in hell for a very long time, and I fought through, and I made it to the other side. And now I'm free. I'm free from that mental prison. So I don't tolerate a lot of stuff now. I don't deal with no bull. Alexis, you gotta try. So that's why I'm here at my mom's house in her basement, you know what I'm saying, while she's not here, so that her house is quiet and I can record. Because I'm definitely finna create something with my hands, DIY my backdrop. I think that's really it as far as life update. Just wanted to share with y'all just all this stuff I have been going through. And why I stopped posting all of a sudden for a little hot minute, because I was on a good roll, you know, and then it just stopped for a minute, you know. But I had to figure out where I was going to lay my head, y'all. Like, I really had to figure it out. And I really appreciate the people who stuck by and stayed, you know, because I was losing some subscribers, like, for real, you know. And it was like I couldn't even get mad, because I'm like, I gotta hold myself accountable. I'm not posting, you know what I'm saying? So I know me, if I'm following somebody on, you know what I'm saying, YouTube, and if they don't post for a while, you notice it. You notice it because you're used to seeing them on your feed, and you know what I'm saying? And when you don't see them after weeks or a week or 2 weeks, you notice it. You know what I'm saying? Just so many journeys right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to take my time, you know, try not to feel too rushed. And the only way I can do that is just by creating a schedule that works for me, that's convenient for me. So that's why, like, meal prepping is convenient, so I can do more things. I can do these more things, then I can post more videos. I can have more time for this, I can have more time for that. So I'm just really just trying to find just balance with everything, you know what I'm saying? Because for a while I've been just all over the place and unbalanced, you know, because yeah, just for these past 5 months, it's just been a roller coaster, you know. But I'm here in December. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. I literally have a job. Oh my gosh. Like, I have a job, y'all, and I got my first check today. It was so lovely to wake up and see such and such direct deposit hit. And I saw that amount and I was just like, wow, like, so happy. And y'all, this wine is really strong for one. This XXL cherry wine is very strong. It's 16%. That is what I noticed when I first drank it. That is very strong. Then secondly, it does have a hint of cherry in it. Yes, y'all. So I hope that wasn't too long, you know. I hope that you guys understand why I had disappeared for a little bit. Hey, new subscribers. Hey, new tribe members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so appreciative for you guys subscribing. Thank you so much, y'all. I think I'm at like 370 subscribers now. And I'm so grateful. And like, I just want to make it to 500. And then I want to make it to 1,000, you know, and I just want to keep going up and up and up and up. And I know I can do it. I just need to work hard, and I just need to keep being consistent, and I just need to keep showing up. Like, even though life can get a little bit crazy, it can get a little sporadic, I just need to find my way through it. And I'm going to continue to find my way through it, you know, because we're here. I found my way through a situation that I had to fix from October to November to December, you know. And in December, I figured it all out. I got a job. You know, and it's something, because my mom said something to me too that I didn't even think of. She was like, I don't know, you know, what was going on in that house, but something was blocking your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sometimes you'll be in a location and you'll just be dealing with just so much, you know. It's not a good signal where you at. It's just kind of down, kind of sad, you know. And then when you leave that environment and go to another environment that's a little more just better, just feels a little lighter, you know, you can get a lot more opportunities coming to you. That's why I'm just like, where I was at with my uncle literally is not too far from the job that I work at. And it's crazy because I applied to so many jobs before I had to leave my uncle's house. So many, like I applied 36 applications and nobody hired me, you know. I even applied 2 jobs in the area of where my job is at currently. Nothing. But the moment I moved, not even out, and literally a month after I moved, I got this job.